visited Africa
Yeah.
and was telling the African countries not to borrow from China. What do you think about that?
Yeah, well, I'm not quite so, I don't have so much deep understanding of that issue, but one thing I can say about Tillerson is everybody know that he got fired. And this is one like joke that I just spoke with one of my old friends. He's a researcher in King's College now. The funny thing is, the day before he got fired, actually he made a big fuss on China, and he said that he was criticizing China's economic activities, and the second day when he got back, he got fired. So it was like a joke, you know. Yeah, we had this joke coming out. Yeah. Yeah.
The question would be, don't you think there is a positive side to a part of the world trying to control things, in the sense that if everybody was trying to control things, then I think there would be more chaos than we have now. So how do you justify the part where for there to be order, for there to be a balance, some part have to control, not necessarily causing dehumanization, but then there has to be a control from a particular part.
Yeah.
So what then do you say? I think if US were saying that China was doing that, could there be any justification to the reason to the assertion of US?
Okay, yeah, that question I can answer. But I can only say from my own perspective. First of all, you're right. With this current construction of the world, if one superpower is taking the dominance, that's the most stable structure that we can live in, and in most of the cases, everybody benefits from it. Because, for example, the system that we have now, actually we call it in geopolitics, we call it the American led liberal world order. That's the world order that we're currently functioning. So within this world order, after the Second World War, after the Cold War, a lot of countries benefit from it. You know, they make their people live better, they increase their national income, and etc. But when the thing goes on to a breaking point, for example, the action that China is posing right now and the strategy it's making, it's natural. It's very natural because at one point, China has to there's a mid-income trap, right? China wants to become a developed country by 2030, and even be more well-off. But so it has to develop. But at one point, there's only certain resources that you can take. So of course, naturally, there will be a challenge to the current world order. The question is how we can find a new balance to this world order, and how the philosophy and the grand strategy that the U.S. really think about it. That's why the world is very chaotic right now, because we're at one point that maybe it gets the Third World War, maybe.
Hopefully not. Tole, do you have a quick question? Because we're.
Why do you think unipolar world order is the most stable one?
I'm sorry?
Why do you think that unipolar world order is the most stable one?
It is the most stable one until one rising power becomes stronger so quickly. That's the sense, because unipolar world order will provide a very stable structure for the economy, how the world is functioning. For example, right now, we have the international organizations like the IMF, the World Bank, giving aids to different developing countries, building infrastructures, and we have WTO, you know, to give doctrines how to trade between countries, so everybody can somehow, to some extent, grow their economy. But whenever there's a rising power came on, then it's a different story.
Okay, sorry, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I just want to give a comment to add to what he said.
Sure.
Based on experience. Now, in Nigeria, where I come from, there was a tussle between, if you watched the documentary in Al Jazeera once, about the Seven Sisters. there was a documentary about how France and Britain tried to control the oil in Nigeria. Because of that tussle between the two so-called world powers, there was a war that broke out in Nigeria. So I think if there is one, it's better, it brings more stability than when there are two competing for. That's my opinion.
All right. Thank you very much for the discussion.